pandemic, what happened is our interiors, became more intimate with us. We spent more time indoors, and space took a new meaning altogether. It was no longer a functional piece of, real estate. It was something which could impact your mindset, your wellness. It could be therapeutic, right? And it has taken on that meaning which has sustained, and now increasingly in the architecture, whether it's commercial or residential, you don't just put things together, you design them very intentionally to make them impact your behavior, your mindset, your health in a larger way. And we have on this panel experts who understand this interplay between design and spaces from different perspectives. Someone owns a spa and has a chain of it, someone has a wellness retreat, and somebody who just designs and consults. So we have different perspectives. And let me start with you, Reshma, with you first. Give me a sense of how much of this interplay has become common in India today. What are clients asking for in terms of creating a wellness space for maybe commercial or residential purposes? Give us a sense of what is happening in this space.
And lovely. It's a pleasure to be a part of this conversation. And it's a beautiful meet where everyone exchanges all their ideas. I will give you an example of one of our projects which we recently, it's just opening up on 21st, 22nd May. It's a glamping pot resort for Wonderla in Bangalore. And honestly, they are a theme park. So my expertise were earlier, we were just working on theme parks, water parks, and that was my forte. Themed environment, in fact, and that's how we got this project. And it started with, they just wanted glamping pods as a part of the entire this thing. Basically, they were, because they had their own theme park there and water park, they wanted some kind of accommodation where, where luxury, a little luxurious accommodation. And then it struck me that, maybe they were the experts in water parks, so they are very good with water. And the whole idea of wellness, because they wanted a spa there, and the idea was, like, when we designed it, I thought we should use a water body as a element where, they people feel serene when they go there. And basically the whole entire plot is divided by a water body which runs all through the entire 5 acres. And around it, we have designed these glamping pot resorts. So we have different kinds of glamping. There's tent glamping, so you have options of different varieties of pods. And it turned out, never thought about it that way, but now people are loving it because everyone has a fair share of the water body. It looks as if it's a part, everyone has a water body right outside this thing. And the spa area especially, it's like the entire moat is created around it. So what they have done is, they didn't want to use a lot of air conditioned environment, because Bangalore itself has a beautiful weather. So they said, only 2-3 months, and we have given a few restaurants and everything inside, which is partly has air condition, and the other thing is all open. So we had to do something where, the spa areas, the windows open up to the water body, and they love it. People love it. They do not want, even, people who were always insisting on you have to have an air-conditioned environment, they're loving it because of the greenery. The plus point of the entire area is the green and the water.
Right.
So that is how I feel we can integrate. In the design only, if it's possible to integrate the landscaping in such a manner that, it's a beautiful element, you don't have to do too much. And the other thing that we played with was lighting, which was a very crucial element, and textures, that's all.
Right.
And it's all open. And the roofs, we took care of the roofs in such a way that there was no issues with, the water. We also had rain harvesting there. So that made a lot of sense. It's all working towards, being extremely careful about utilizing your water. The water is also worked out in such a manner because they are the experts in water parks. They could work out a way in which, we were reutilizing the water. So I think these kind of elements make a huge difference to the entire wellness and the spa. This is how sustainability also plays a huge
Right.
role in the
The
entire
element
thing.
of nature is
Correct.
becoming
Nature
more
is so
dominant,
beautiful.
right?
Yes.
Right.
And Bangalore being Bangalore.
God gifted AC, right?
Correct.
For some of the months, yeah.
Yes, and the
Right.
Garden City for its name. It's a beautiful place to be in.
Right. So Jubin runs a leading wellness retreat which fuses nature with luxury, and he was telling me about how popular it is, and that was amazing, the kind of facilities you have. While kind of setting up Viveda, right? I'm pronouncing it right,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What were some of the key spatial sensory elements that you really wanted to highlight, during its, when you're building that retreat, yes?
Yeah. So before setting up Viveda, we did almost a 1 year research, and we went to wellness retreats across the world.
You to keep it closer, yeah.
Across the world. And what we studied is wellness requires a holistic approach. It starts with a feel factor physically, mentally, emotionally. So you also need nature is the key element where you can create everything. You can create a good property, you can create all the infrastructure, but nature is something which you cannot create. So wellness retreat location matters, first thing. Okay. The second thing, when it comes to while researching, we found that a client who is coming there, he doesn't want Ayurveda or yoga, or he doesn't want naturopathy. What he wants to feel better in his body, mentally, emotionally. Through what medium it is coming, it does not matter. So we thought the holistic approach was much needed. So when we go to south side of India, you get a lot of Ayurveda clinics. When you go to the north side of India and Rishikesh and all, you get a lot of yoga ones. But there's none, hardly there are 2, 3 which approaches and which are giving a holistic approach where yoga is also there, Ayurveda is also there, naturopathy is also there, and a combination of all, and which is finally giving result to people, which is sustainable. Because if I tell you by naturopathy आपको रोज boil खाना खाना है, तो आप 7 दिन तो retreat में खा लोगे.
Right.
But घर पे जाके अगर आप वो नहीं कर पाओगे तो there it doesn't make any sense. There is no lifestyle change. So we design in such a way that the people can cook there, learn there, and can execute in their houses. That was one of the key elements. Nice. Now, when it comes to designing part, when you are coming there, how can you give them a feel that they are connected to nature? Because majority of our clients are in city house, where they have a very beautiful house in the first home in their cities. They have all kind of luxuries. But the only problem is they cannot open their window and enjoy the nature. So we wanted, when they are coming at our retreat, they should able to feel nature inside the house. They should able to use less AC or probably no AC, a technological detox. These all things are kept in mind. A whole structure is made up with handcrafted stones, which is kept cool, hot, whenever it is needed. Natural element is there. The roof is made up of wood. The above roof is of clay. So everything which is as per the Griya, and I'm proud to tell that Viveda is the first wellness retreat in India which is platinum certified Griya rated. So a lot of people from the architecture background might be knowing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do. You're right.
So it is very difficult to achieve there because it includes everything what you told about sustainability,
Yes.
recycling of water, electricity, even the guest amenities what you are using, the toiletries. Where are we throwing that? Is it a plastic or a biodegradable one?
Right.
So finally it's not only client but affecting the environment. So wellness comes, when you're talking about wellness, you should think from all the perspective, from location till the end user. That matters a lot. Thank you.
In its totality, right?
Yeah.
Shipra, before I ask you the exact question, there's an interesting thing. Shipra is from IIM Lucknow, and then she runs one of the biggest chains of wellness spas, Tattva.
Yeah.
First, how did this happen from an IIM engineering student to this? How was it like?
A while back, in one of the discussions, there was Mr. Sudhanshu Pandey, and he used a word which I forget. It is supposed
Destiny.
to be. It was destiny.
Destiny.
Hindi का बड़ा सुंदर word था, मैं भी भूल रही हूँ. प्रारब्ध. So I think now I will say प्रारब्ध था. शायद इसलिए ऐसे हुआ क्योंकि ना मेरा कोई intention था, ना मेरी कोई ऐसी aspiration थी growing up. I was a very bright student growing up and very tough.
You were
parents.
sitting in the front, first row also.
Yeah, matter of habit now. So yeah, I think growing up, the idea was to excel in whatever we do. That's what we were taught, and the idea was to do that. But then I fell in love, and my husband wanted to start a business. He was not my husband then. He wanted to start a business of his own, and with his friend. And I said, "Agar tumne business job chhod di," both of us were in jobs. We took normal jobs. I was in Aditya Birla Group, and Karan was working with Deutsche Bank, etc. मैंने कहा अगर तुमने जॉब छोड़ दी फिर तो कोई चांस ही नहीं है शादी होने का तो प्लीज डोंट लीव योर जॉब लेट्स गेट मैरिड देन आई विल क्विट फर्स्ट एंड देन वील स्टार्ट द बिजनेस आई हैड नो इंटेंशन ऑफ starting a business, but I think the way it was designed, the way it was destined, it happened. But it has been the most rewarding and the most beautiful journey. I don't think I could have continued being a brand and a marketer with dreams of, selling Quality Walls ice cream like I had in 2007. Life completely changed when we put our heart and soul into building Tattva. And today, I think it just brings us a lot of joy to be able to create that impact, bring wellness closer, well-being closer to a large number of people. We have 108 outlets today. And we've built it in a very, very, profitable, sustainable manner, not something which has been led by mad growth with external funding, etc., but very lovingly created all our spaces in partnership with our hotel partners, franchisee partners. And yes...
let me ask the second B part of it with it.
Yes.
So how do you see now, since you've been there for some time, how do you see the design element
Yes.
as far as the therapeutic
Yes.
part is
So
concerned?
this topic is very close to my heart, right? Because when we started off, I had no background in spa. I had no background in designing spa spaces. And yet, we wanted to run spas. We learned it over the course of time. And I think now I can say I'm sort of an expert on at least specifying a good brief that what I want from a good spa design. So I give this example to all the agencies I work with. Don't ask a person to do meditation in a shopping mall. It will not work, right? You can't meditate in a shopping mall. So when you're creating a spa, just remember this bit. Do not create a shopping mall. And it's as simple as that. In terms of spa design, the core, it starts with a purposeful flow.
Yeah.
So you design the flow, and then you utilize what the place has to offer. Of course, resorts are designed differently. City spas are designed differently because space constraints. But yet, the theme is the same. It's a purposeful flow. And sustainability in terms of materials that we use, minimizing, air conditioning, as, my co-panelists have been talking about. Mood lighting is great, but then, it shouldn't be to the extent that the guest is searching for the bed. So yes, I'm a big believer of function over form.
Yeah.
And yes, so from a perspective of giving briefs about building a resort spa or a day spa, I can go on and on and on. But yes, the first step is purposeful flow. And somebody who gets that, I think, gets everything right. I think the way you've explained your spaces and, the space you were explaining, the flow and the fact that what is the core purpose of this space, I think that binds everything together very well.
Right. So we'll shift to the news TV format, quick things, because I just got a cue that something is lined up. So,
Yeah.
so Reshma, tell me, when it comes to the wellness design and overall conversation, is it a very niche space? I mean, India is Bharat, India 1, India 2, India 3. Uh, where does it stand? Is it just limited to big cities? Are we seeing it going down, trickling down to tier 2, tier 3 places also, this awareness about wellness and design?
Very much. Tier 2, Tier 3 cities are, I'm sure she's seen it herself, but they are the people, everyone is educated now, and with Instagram, with all these social media, whatever comes up, everyone wants to have their time, they want to have their time, alone time, and they want to go into a wellness resort and make sure that they get, I have friends in which, husband goes for a trek, but the wife goes for a wellness retreat just to have her own time, because in Mumbai also you have hardly any time, you're just running. We're just running from one place to another, you hardly get your me time. So even if it's alone, sometimes people don't mind. It's not that you have to have only girls or, you have to have friends along with you. It's just your peace. So it's picking up everywhere. Right. And I've seen, in fact, the tier 2, tier 3 cities are picking up really well. And everyone is looking at it.
Right. I think wellness design, I think we should have wellness cities also.
Of course.
Because if you had a wellness designed home but not a city to complement, it becomes very difficult to live in that city. Right. Jubin, how do you see wellness tourism? What kind of clients come to your retreat? Is that trend growing in India compared to other countries? Where do we stand as far as wellness tourism is concerned?
So I'll tell you, wellness tourism, one of the big part is pampering to the clients. Okay. So in Asian countries, India or any other Asian countries, they are very good at hospitality. It is said, Atiti Devo Bhava. So there are a lot of Europeans, in fact, there are a lot of Saudi countries where, because a lot of issues in Europe, they don't get that service. So wellness tourism is growing like at a very much. And COVID acted like a paracetamol, I would say, or a fast growth engine to it, because the awareness to the wellness increased. Because before COVID, the age group above 35 to 40 used to go in wellness. But after COVID, about 25 also, people have started going in wellness. And there is every year, we have clients who have a plan every year, once in a year, they want to go for wellness. So it's like on their priority list. And from niche, what you said in before, that it is a niche, no. So there is a class of people where wellness has become necessity. And it is increasing day by day. Yeah.
And also I would like to say that, say for example, Ayurveda, then Yogasan, and everything is now picking up abroad. You see more people, all these...
They've adapted to it in a far better way than we.
You see people going there, you see Indians going there and getting it done there.
Right. In fact, if you go every town in US, you have a yoga center there.
Absolutely.
And these people come here in India, they do a 6-month course here of yoga, and then they give a 1-hour session for $100, $200, which we get it here in lot of society free in morning.
Okay. And it's strange that we really don't have it accessible to all of us, despite having it, cheap and, available. Shipra, when you look at the consumers, you've been around for almost 1.5 decades, right? 13 years, close to that. What are the consumer expectations and how are they shifting when it comes to wellness experiences, especially, and how is Tattva kind of fine-tuning its deliverables to them?
It's interesting you asked that, because this is something we were discussing. I have my team here, we have a spa in this hotel as well. And I was telling them that, it's really nice to see you young girls, so much energy and you're doing well. And I was telling them, I've seen a paradigm shift in the consumer, how it was, 13 years back. When we started our business and, this brand, and we started delivering wellness experiences, that time, the type of consumers we were serving were typically people who had probably gone already and experienced something in a Thailand or a Bali or a, South India, Kerala, and then wanted that experience in more cities in India. So they had some idea of a wellness experience. And then today, the consumers who are embracing wellness is not necessarily somebody who's experienced it before, the first time users, first time spa goers. The millennials, of course, have been our bread and butter, but the Gen Z, people as young as 19, 20, they want to explore take that pause. So it's a very interesting shift that people are starting early on their wellness journeys, and why not? We're a country where, a mother giving a massage to a baby is traditional, and a son pressing the feet of the father at the day's end is also tradition. So why not? This is very ingrained. So at Tattva, what we see is consumers open to more formats. So there is resorts, there is day spas, there is sparcation. So you pack your bags, you're in Gurgaon, you pack your bags and you move to a hotel which has a spa and has some more wellness programs attached to it, and you spend 2 days a weekend there. And there are engaging experiences like sound bath therapy, detox food, etc. So these are interesting formats which are increasingly becoming popular. And as the more interest, and I think COVID was a great catalyst in bringing the focus back on to our own well-being. Yeah. So more formats.
Do you think among the designer community itself, there is a growing awareness? And is it more commercial or residential that is drawing the attention of wellness, say in Mumbai, Bangalore, all top cities?
Definitely, there's a shift, even commercial and residential, both. People want a spa room as a part of their residence, because I do extremely high-end luxury residences, and everyone has demanded for a spa room where they want spa, like they would like to take a massage. Masseur comes there and they take a massage like almost every alternate day. So that has become a part, and then you have an attached steam room. So everything is in their house, so they don't need to go out at all. So it is definitely residential and commercial, both.
Both. Jubin, one challenge that you are trying to address in this space, what is that one big challenge that you face?
That challenge is common to everyone, trained staff.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you told me there are some academies and all.
So there are a lot of academies where staff are coming. But what happens, as she said, the new generation, they don't want to be stable at one place. They're fast movers. I want growth like 20% per annum के हिसाब से भागना है. तो
it's more of trying to hold the staff
hold
back
the staff.
than,
Retaining is a big challenge. Yeah.
Perfect. Finally, Shipra, to you, when do we see India having its manpower, leveraging it in a way where this wellness is accessible to a common man? These are like niche spaces. You don't really want to go into that. It's forbidden, How do we make it open to people? Is that time coming close to?
No, it'll be some time before that happens, I think. But I hope I live to see that day. See, wellness should be accessible, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to head to a, spa to embrace wellness and well-being. But yes, to your question, I think till we are able to solve the question of trained human resources, which will finally happen when there is respect for work. And that is something we really, really work hard on in terms of building respect for this work. Because मालिश करना तो हमारे मतलब जो order उसमें है, it has its own social stigma, right? So till that breaks, which is very hard, but more respect for work comes in. That's when more people join this workforce. So we call our therapists healers, and we therefore work very hard on actually building their confidence and their lives in a way. So I think it is a step by step. More people join in that journey. More spas, look at it in that sense that these are not just resources that you have to draw from, but also give back to. Yeah. I think when that problem gets solved, we will be able to challenge the kind of pricing and therefore make it more accessible to more people, because everybody deserves a good massage, everybody deserves a good day of pampering, and it should not be inaccessible.
Thank you so much. I can see on the right side
occasionally
my gentleman here, so we can take it offline, but we'll take it offline, But thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us on this.